Hey everybody, today we're continuing our series on all the rare mobs in all the zones in Classic WoW. We've already done Elwyn and Western Plaguelands, so today I figured let's do a low-level Horde zone and we're gonna be looking at the Barrens. The Barrens has everything a good Classic WoW zone needs. Tons of quests, endless amounts of mobs to grind, 3 separate dungeons spanning over 20 levels, and of course more rare mobs than any other zone in Classic WoW. The Barrens is massive and spanning potentially up to 15 levels of grind, the good old school kind. The one that makes you realize how late it is only when you look out the window to see the first rays of the morning sun climbing up the distant horizon. But you regret nothing because you finally hit level 20 and have your Ghost Wolf form. For myself, as a millennial self-identifying as a Zoomer, it was my first introduction to the marvel that are Chuck Norris and your mom jokes. The Barrens chat has long since been usurped by World Chat as the place of the rightful toxic trash talkers, but real ones still remember wiping in Northwedge Hold at 2 AM while some guy on the internet offers a highly questionable solution to overpopulation, totally unprompted. But apart from being so well designed, it threw many a potential thinker and leader of the future off their straight path and into the clutches of blissful underachievement. The Barrens also holds rare mobs, a bunch of them. Normally with these videos, I like to go from lowest to highest level mob per zone, but in this case, to make researching, recording, and editing easier on me, I'm just going to go through alphabetically. According to Alakazam's list of rare mobs per zone, the Barrens has 32 rare mobs, which is by far the highest amount of any zone. Remember the theory we discussed that Blizzard had probably initially intended for rare mobs to drop entirely unique items? Well, with the amount of rare mobs added to the Barrens, it's quite evident as to why that would have been a lot of work for little gain. And as we go through today's list, we will see that indeed most rare mobs don't drop rare or even unique items. Most of them just drop random green BoEs, which is somewhat of a shame. So let's start with Aeon Swift River. She's part of the Alliance Outrunners, patrolling from Bale Moden to the Lushwater Oases. Her companions are Hannah Bladeleaf, Marcus Bell, and Thora Feathermoon, but only she's really relevant because she drops the Rune Scroll, which starts a quest that leads you to Kadrak at the Watchtower in the Northern Barrens, and afterwards to Stone Talon Peak. He will ask you to slay Rentherial the Keymaster in Stone Talon Peak, rewarding you with either the Trailblazer boots or Ute Braid gloves. So I guess technically she kinda drops unique greens. Next up, a little bit outside Razor Fen Downs, we have Ambassador Bloodrage, who seems to be the Scourge's liaison to the Quillboars, because as we know, they're in the process of kinda converting to the Scourge. Ambassador Bloodrage is found in a tent, flanked by 2 Quillboars, and accompanied by a skeletal servant. He is level 36 rare elite and drops random unique green BoEs. Next up, we have Azir, or Azair the Skyblade. He is a red wind serpent and kind of looks like Hakar's cousin. You can find him just south of Camp Tharayo, and he also doesn't drop anything special, I'm afraid. But he does look pretty cool, and he's tameable, so if you're a hunter, you might be into that. Also, he's level 25, so be aware of that, if you're looking to tame him, of course. The next guy on our list you're probably already familiar with if you saw the Why Rare Mobs in World of Warcraft Are Alive video, because it's Bowen. He's right outside the Wailing Caverns entrance and he drops Bowen's Fang, a pretty nice two-handed axe for level 15, and Brambleweed Leggings, unique green legs. Next up is Broke Spear. He's found at the Stagnant Oases to the south of the crossroads, and he also doesn't drop anything special, I'm afraid, but I guess he's standing next to a cool flag, so that's something. Brontus, that's probably a name that's never been given to something that's small or fragile. In this case, for sure not, because Brontus is a huge Kodo roaming the southern Barrens and dropping random green BoEs. Next up we have Bale Moden, the dwarven base in the southeastern Barrens. We're going to be returning to this place a couple of times throughout the video because there are a few rare mobs here. The first one we're taking a look at is Captain Garruk Hammertoe. He's a level 27 rare elite. Right next to the base of Bale Moden there is of course the excavation site, and this one houses Digger Flameforge. He does drop a unique green BoE, so that's pretty exciting, right? Digger Flameforge is level 24 and he drops the Brimstone Belt, which has 3 stamina and 5 intellect on a cloth item. Dishu is a level 13 rare cat found in the Northern Barrens, and it doesn't drop anything notable, but once again, it's at this level I think a fairly unique hunter pet. Elder Mystic Razor Snout might especially be familiar to hardcore players questing through the Barrens because she's found just northeast of the crossroads in an area where a lot of people go to quest early on. She is a level 15 rare elite, which is why a lot of people have uncomfortable run-ins with her, especially since she's surrounded by a lot of mobs outside her hut. She does drop unique green BoEs, the Adept's Gloves, 2 Stamina, 2 Int Gloves, and the Harvest Cloak, a 2 Spirit Cloak for level 10. For our next two entries, we're looking to the Sludge Fen in the northeastern Barrens. The first mob we will be taking a look at is Engineer Whirligig. He is found on top of the structure inside the control room, and it's rumored not even his underlings know how his face looks like because he's always bent over the controls. Okay, I'll be honest, I just didn't manage to get him to turn around, okay? I'm sorry, people, but luckily there's not that many different goblin faces in Classic WoW, so I guess we'll live with that one. However, there is a fun fact about it, because up until patch 1.9, apparently he was summoning a level 35 compact Harvest Reaper that would wreck people who engaged him. That was, according to the comments, later on fixed, though. Next up is Foreman Grills, and he's right underneath Engineer Whirligig and even patrols all the way up to him. There's nothing really special about either of those two guys in terms of loot, they just drop random green BoEs. Next up is Geopriest Gookrock, a Quillbore who does drop a unique green BoE, the Gnarled Hermit's Staff, a 6th Spirit Staff for level 14. Gookrock himself is level 19, but he's non-elite, so you shouldn't have any trouble taking him out, especially since the mobs around him are spaced out quite nicely. The next entry on our list is also already featured in the unique rare mobs video that I mentioned when we took a look at Bowen, and it's Gesharahan, the Hydra that is occupying the water outside Wailing Caverns in the lush water oases. He drops the Pulsating Hydra Heart, an offhand item that increases your fire spell damage by 7 and gives you 2 stamina, as well as the Shiver Blade, 2 unique items. Gesharahan is level 20 elite. Back in the Southern Barrens, Hack Torrenbane, the Razormane champion, is a level 26 rare elite who drops random green BoEs. Back in Bale Modan, on a platform overlooking the dig site, stands Hagen Stonewhisker, Bale Modan's chief engineer. He drops a unique green BoE, the Sword of the Night Sky, a one-handed sword which gives 2 strength and 2 agility. Stonewhisker himself is level 24. Just east of the crossroads, close to where one might find Elder Mystic Razor Snout, waits Humar the Pride Lord, a very sought-after hunter pet. He is a black lion and unique in that regard. Humar is level 23 rare elite, so you might want to bring a freezing trap if you plan on taming him. Back in Balmoden, yet another dwarven rare mob, Malgin Barleybrew is the Baildon morale officer and absolutely instrumental to the dwarven war machine because he distributes the liquor. He's a level 25 mob and he doesn't drop anything special, but at least you'll have a random green BoE if you slay him. One of the Baron's few mountains has been overtaken by the Burning Blade. Dreadmist Peak is home to a Felguard called Rethorian. He's level 15 and he drops 2 unique greens. Rethorian's Cape, which gives 14 armor and 2 stamina on a level 10 item, and the Ritual Blade, a dagger that gives 1 agility. The cool thing about the cape is that it's one of the lowest level capes that actually has a proper model, and it's not just one of those short, shabby looking cloaks you usually find on lower levels. We're still on R, and next up is Rocklands, a level 17 rare elite that's found around the stagnant oases. Normally, because I couldn't actually find him, so what you're looking at is not Rocklands, but Rocklands looks kind of like that, just shirtless, and he also has a spear in his hand. I honestly couldn't find him. Apparently he was ironically bugged under a rock on my server, so what can you do? Next up we have the Silithid Harvester. He's found south of Camp Torayu next to all the other Silithids in the Barrens, and he is pretty interesting because he drops another item that starts a quest. The Harvester's Head. This quest can be begun at level 10 even though the Harvester himself is level 24, and it can be turned in at Camp Torayu. It nets 2400 experience, but no follow-up quest. Sister Rattalon is a level 19 rare elite Witchwing Harpy found in the northwest of the Barrens. The only thing unique about her is her teal color because she only drops random green BoEs. For this one we return to the Sludge Fen. The aptly named Sludge Beast seems to be an ambush predator because I couldn't get him to go out of this bush, but suffice to say he is a Sludge Beast and he drops Random green BoEs. That's right, nothing special about him. Also, he's level 19. Snort the Heckler is not actually the rap name of a British MP, but a level 17 rare hyena found in the northwestern Barrens that is notable for its funky purple color and not very notable for his lackluster random green BoE drop pool. Never mind the dead state of this one, he accidentally collided with my axe when I came to check him out, but this is Stonearm, a level 15 rare centaur found really close to where Snort patrols, and he drops the buckskin cape, a 2 agi cape for level 10, which is pretty good. Swiftmane might just hold the title for Azeroth's fastest rare mob. He runs labs to the east of Crossroads, quite close to where Hoomer the Pride Lord can be found, and he's not really notable for anything else, I'm afraid, because he just drops random green BoEs. But it's pretty cool to see him run around like that, and yeah, he doesn't drop a 0 amount, sadly. I think that's a missed opportunity, if you ask me. There's just 3 rare mobs left to go, and if you made it this far, I really want to thank you for sticking with me this long, and please let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like to see next, or if there's anything that you think that I could be improving upon. But next up we have Swineguard Spearhide, and I honestly don't even know if this is an honorary title or a name, but he's a level 22 rare elite found in Agamagor, the western central part of the Barrens, close to Geopriest Gookrock. He drops random green BoEs, you guessed it. Tak the Leaper is a level 19 rare elite raptor found just outside the Sludge Fen, and he might also be interesting for hunters on account of his rather unique color scheme. He also doesn't drop anything notable, sadly. Thunderstomp is the last entry in our list, a level 24 rare green Thunderhide lizard found in the Southern Barrens. Well, that's it. Those are all the rares found in the Barrens. I hope you learned something or something. I don't know. I had fun making this video at least, and I gotta say it was a lot of work, but it also helped me kind of improve on my workflow, and I still have a long way to go. But anyways, thank you for sticking out with me, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.